John, I want to start this bonus episode out this way. All right? I don't want any reaction to you till I'm done, okay?
Okay.
John, the starting line is ridiculously overrated. I just can't see why they were so huge back in the day. I only liked a few songs from them back then, and I've tried a few times over the years to go back and connect with their albums, but they're just so blah. By the way, Kenny Vasali is an incredible vocalist, but their songs are so weak. Okay, John, those are not my words. Those are somebody on Reddit that just kind of came out and said it how it was. So when I read this, I couldn't really believe it. I saw the title, I had to click, and I started reading the comments to see if anybody backed this up. Do you want to read some of the comments real quick?
Yeah, hit me with the comments.
Okay. The starting line is ridiculously overrated. All right. And he goes, down votes be damned, before he said his thing. Okay, the first one, the one person says, I think Say It Like You Mean It is a classic, but everything else didn't hit the same way. I used to see them quite a bit in high school, and it just seems like they got worse every time. Might have just been the mostly 14-year-old girls screaming, though. That can have its effect. Somebody says, I completely disagree. They released Say It Like You Mean It during a time when emo punk was on the rise. Drive-Thru Records put out nothing but bangers.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Somebody else says, disagree. Left Coast Envy is one of my favorite songs. I can only describe the guitar work as they are communicating in a beautiful language. All right. Somebody just says, yikes. Somebody says, bro, definitely didn't listen to Say It Like You Mean It. Say It Like You Mean It might be one of the best of the genre ever. This is what another person says. Yeah, I mean, everybody's disagreeing. And somebody says, I think you misspelled overrated.
I never know how many R's to put in there either.
No, I think what they mean is you should have used a different word other than overrated, like maybe spectacular or something. But they said albums based on a true story and direction are truly in their own league, but don't think you will hear another Best of Me. Get this out of your head, and you might just enjoy the starting line.
Yeah, I would want to know what songs he liked.
I know. I do want to say one more. Somebody had a great reaction to this, and they just said, say it like you mean it. That was good.
I could definitely say I don't need to hear like Best of Me or Leaving a lot more in my life just because I heard them so much in that time period, but I don't think they're overrated.
Yeah, no.
I feel like they're kind of properly rated.
And the thing is, too, like something that needs to be appreciated is I think Kenny was like 17 when they recorded Say It Like You Mean It. And it sounded like the album songs were put together by, band members that knew what they were doing and maybe had several years of experience. I don't know how many years they had. I think the other guys were maybe 2 or 3 years older than him. But clearly, Kenny was ahead of his time age-wise, I think. The lyrics were great. They're not cheesy. I remember when we were writing songs, at least me specifically at 17, my lyrics weren't very good. They sounded like a 17-year-old wrote them.
Yeah, even on that Say It Like You Mean It, there's not a lot of songs that are like, cringy lyric-wise. Like
not at all.
They all age pretty well.
Absolutely.
I'd say there's a little bit more cringe factor on based on a true story.
Yeah, the
like Bedroom Talk.
That one is really, really bad lyrically. Good song overall, but they did really good with melodies and hooks. Like they were definitely one of the best drive-through bands that Drive-Thru had. I think that's without question. I think everybody would agree there except this guy.
And another factor about Kenny, I think, is recording those songs at such a young age. It's hard for him to pull off that sound anymore. Like as he aged, his voice changed, I think, and his range has changed.
Yeah,
I would say so. I don't. If you have to be prepared for that if you're going to see them now.
Yeah, but also like when you hear the song "Best of Me," I mean, that song is an absolute classic when it comes to the pop punk / emo world. It's up there on should be up there on anybody's top 10 songs of nostalgic period. Like, cause you can't listen to that song and not get it stuck in your head. It's just not possible. So I don't know, man. Like, to me, I don't know what this guy's talking about. The Starting Line is by far one of the best out of the genre that we've ever seen. And I don't know that I can't remember who I picked. Did I pick the Starting Line? Did you pick the Starting Line as a band that should have made it and didn't?
I think so.
So yeah, I mean they are up there with Newfound Glory to me. I mean, I know Newfound Glory has lasted longer, probably more successful financially, but they've continued on. But in terms of when it comes to music, I think they are right up there with like Newfound Glory, like just as important as a band to the scene as Newfound Glory is. So I will say, John, there are 3 things that are certain in life. And everybody knows the first 2. It's death and taxes. And then the third one is how wrong this guy is.
It could be a young lady. It doesn't have to be a guy.
It could be a woman because of the name. Something secretary. Chances are it could be a female. I mean, I'm not trying to...
It's the 50s.
But you don't really hear of men as secretaries.
Maybe he's a horse racing fan.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. So, John, let's answer it. Do you think the Starting Line is ridiculously overrated?
Properly rated.
Properly rated, absolutely. And actually, probably underrated, if anything.
Yeah, and Directions is okay, too. It's not like they ever had much of a stinker.
No, they really put it all together. I hope they release some new music, because remember, we talked about the Starting Line. Kenny was pictured in the studio behind the mic, so hopefully new Starting Line music is coming out. Who knows?
And he was on one of the better early November tracks also.
Oh, that's true. Very true. What's your favorite Starting Line album?
Oh, it's going to be Say It Like You Mean It.
Yeah, same here. That's probably another one that I need to get on vinyl.
Yeah, and that album also features Nate from Finch on one or two tracks, I think, too. So.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I'll have to re-listen. But yeah, dude.
Whatever track has a screaming part, I think it's the guy from Finch.
I haven't listened to that album in a while, but I'm probably going to spin it sometime
it needs
today.
To come out on vinyl, yeah.
Yeah, so that album came out in 2002, I believe. So that was like right at like pop punk emo was exploding at that time. And that album, man, it just had banger after banger after banger. So good. So good.
And I don't think it really peaked till like the next year, but
yeah, probably not, because they were probably getting on a bunch of tours. You know how Drive Thru did their tours back then. Every Drive Thru band brought a Drive Thru band with them, a baby band. But yeah, dude, Say It Like You Mean It's got to be one of the best pop punk albums of all time. It has to be up there. It has to be up there. Now, would your favorite The Starting Line song come from that album?
I don't believe so. I think it's based on a true story.
Okay, what's your favorite?
I'll have to look.
I know mine's going to come from Say It Like You Mean It. Oops, didn't mean to play it.
I'm old, so I have to look
Up
this
and
stuff
Go.
up now.
I mean, come on. Up and Go is so good. Cheek to Cheek. Ugh. Dude, there's so many on here. The Best of Me, of course, Leaving.
Surprise.
Surprise. I'll have to listen to that one again. You said that one's based on a true story?
Yes, and I'm told that they were influenced by Park on that, based on a true story record, because they toured with Park.
Oh, really?
Prior to that, yeah. So there's a little bit of Park influence. Yeah.
I can hear it because it is more emo than Say It Like You Mean It is. Dude, this album was great though too, based on a true story. I loved it. I love both of those albums, but I think Up and Go is probably my favorite on Say It Like You Mean It. At least, the song's just so good. It's a great opener for an album.
Oh my God, Best of Me has by far the most streams. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's up there, almost 50 million streams on Spotify alone.
Yeah, I believe This Ride is the track that features Nate from Finch. I think it's the last track.
All right, I'll take a listen to that.
Probably my favorite track on there. Yeah.
Oh,
I think they're properly rated.
Yeah,
I think that guy or gal just needs to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, just shut up. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth right now.
Shh. Poop mouth.
All right. Okay, John.
I hate you, Ron.
I think we proved another Redditor wrong on this bonus episode. So, yeah, the Starting Line is not overrated. They are, if anything, underrated. So, all right, guys.
Yes.
That'll do it for this episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please do the things, rate and review us on Apple or Spotify. Those 5-star reviews would be greatly appreciated. Please let us know what you're liking about the show and also what you'd like to hear more of. So with that, thanks again. Remember, spread love.
Peace.